All right, welcome to my channel. So it's been a while. I'm Queen Vonnie. Nice to meet you. For the ones who don't know me, and for the ones that do, hi. All right, so I'm super excited. I'm so sorry I've been away for such a long time. Um, as I stated in my last video, you guys know that I'm getting ready to move. Coming up, I'll be moving by the end of July. So I'm excited. I'm still looking for a place right now. So I've reached out to a couple of my family members and I've asked them to help me find a nice area. So, because I'm going somewhere, I'm moving to a place that I've never lived before. So it will definitely be an experience. But anyway, I miss you guys. Okay, so first and foremost, for those who came to the event on May 17th in DeSoto, Texas at the Civic Center, shout out to you because that was such an experience for me. Like, just feeling all the love from all of the different people that came. Like, guys, there were people who came from a whole nother country. There was someone who was there from Canada. Like, they came all the way from Canada. I don't know, that's a big deal for me, and I really did take a lot of time and energy into in preparing for my speech. So I just really felt that love. It was really like I was kind of nervous, at first. Literally in before I even left to fly to Texas, I was just nervous. Like, I was nervous about what I was preparing, like the speech that I prepared. Like, I was kind of like, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I'm like, people are literally paying, right, to come to this event. So like, I want them to take something away when they leave. I want them to, uh, you know, whatever their expectations are, I wanted them to be met. And this was the first event, so it was an experience. So for those of you who made it, like, thank you so much for coming. Like, you just changed me. Like, you helped me move up. Like, I'm always growing, right? So, but the love that you guys gave to Chris, like, it just it just warmed me. And y'all know I'm super emotional. I cried during my speech, like at the end of my speech. So someone did record it. Jameson recorded it. Shout out to Jameson. He came out from Michigan. So, like, that's what I'm saying. People were coming from everywhere. Like, from the East Coast, from the Midwest. People came from California. People came from Atlanta. People came from Ohio. People came from Oklahoma. Shout out to Oklahoma. Like, I met people from all over this country who are working on being better versions of themselves, which means that we are being impactful. Like, it's beautiful, because Chris James is a genius, and he's very humble. And like, for him to just share all of this information with us, it's like, and to see all of the love that people have for him and the lives that he's changed. Like, obviously he's helped change my life, um, but being there and watching and listening to the other stories of the other people, because I wasn't the only speaker. So it was me, Jonathan, Taryn Westcott, Justin Howe, um, Chocolate, or CJ, Cheryl, and Chris. And like, so I got to listen to everyone's speech. So I was thankful for that, because I was super excited, because I've never met anyone. Like, I never met anyone except for Jonathan and Christopher, obviously my brothers. But like, anyone else, like, I never actually got to meet them. And I don't know. No, Christopher, when he interviews people, he you don't have to actually be there for him to interview you. Steven couldn't make it, but he definitely sends his love and his support, and he'll definitely be at the next event. But nonetheless, so yeah, like it was a really good experience. Like it was a great experience. I feel like my family just grew a lot more, you know, like it was just amazing meeting you guys. Okay, I really appreciate the effort and the energy and the time and the money and the love that you put into coming out. And I really, really, really hope, you know what, I don't even hope, because I know that whoever went and saw and listened, they actually left with, and they took something like away from it. So I had a blast, and everybody that I talked to had a blast, and I'm excited for the next city. Like, and we're gonna do things different, like, and things are just gonna get better and better and better. And yeah, like, you never know. You're watching this video right now, but you may be a speaker one time. Like, you never know. So sit, you know, like, for those of you, if this is your first time ever just watching one of my videos, like, I lost 145 pounds fasting. I lost 100 pounds in about 8 months, and it would have been faster, but I took my time, you know, but I also remained consistent, you know. You're gonna have to watch another video, but yeah, so that's that's what I'm talking about in the base of everything here. So yeah, I'm just super excited. Like, so about the speech, my speech personally, I just wanted to talk to you about it really quickly, because I told people that, you know, I would definitely touch, you know, say a little bit of the speech or whatever after the event, obviously. So basically, I was saying how I started my journey and how it all started, and I really wanted to detail like who was around me, my family, and Chris and John. They came out and they were talking to us, and they were like telling us like, yo, y'all need to fast, y'all gotta start eating right. And because our uncle passed away, my uncle passed away about 4 or 5 years ago now, and it was just kind of like this. And he was young, he was in his, I don't even know, don't give me the line, so I'm not even going to go into detail about all that. But to me, he was young, like, because I was young, so he had to be young, because he wasn't one of my older family members. Like, he's my mom's younger brother, he's my mom's baby brother. So, you know, that should tell you he wasn't old, you know what I'm saying? So he got sick, and it kind of like resonated with them, and it did something. It just moved something within us, because like, yo, nah, like, we don't have a lot of people in our family who pass away. Like, majority of us are still here, so it's like, which is a blessing, and I'm truly grateful for. At the same time, you might hear us say this, but like, we're trying to live for hundreds of years. You know, back in the day, many moons ago, people used to live for hundreds of years. Like, if you read in your history books and your Bibles and their teachings, they tell you that people, ladies and men, were having babies in their 90s. You know, the only difference between them and us is we have a lot more knowledge and too much time. And I don't want to go into all that right now, but it's just that their times were very simple back then. They were eating from the land. They weren't, you know, utilizing microwaves and things like that. So that's all I'm saying. They didn't have microwaves back in the day. You know, they got their energy from natural sources and whatnot. So, but anyway, I didn't say none of that in the speech. Oh, and I got in trouble because we was only supposed to talk for like 15 minutes, and evidently I was up there for like 30. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I didn't even feel like I was up there for 30 minutes. It didn't feel like I was up there for 30 minutes at all. Like, it just went like this. And my brother told me, like, it's gonna feel like you're up there forever. And it didn't feel like I was up there forever. When I tell you I was super comfortable, like I wasn't nervous, I was more like excited. I didn't know if I wanted to just read my speech from start to finish, or if I wanted to just talk to them. Like, you know, that's my family. So I chose to kind of just talk to them. And that's how I ended up getting emotional. But anyway, so I was, the speech is basically saying how I was introduced to it and I rejected it. And I went to, it says, it's funny to really look back at how this all started for me. I was a typical non-believer. I didn't even want to give it a fair chance. I'm literally looking at my brother who is living proof that everything he's telling me is true and possible. Um, and I wasn't ready to receive it. That's what I said. And I'm like, honestly, I felt so defeated in life. I didn't want to receive it. But eventually something magical happened. Chris and John started to get really, really upset. They felt like we weren't listening to them. We were choosing not to be receptive of their knowledge and their guidance. And I felt that. Like, I told them I would try it. I wanted them to know that I cared about what they were saying. I cared about the energy that they were putting into all of this. I understood that they were trying to give us what we truly needed, the help that I truly needed, you know? So I'm just like, can you imagine Chris and John pouring their hearts into you and you just can't receive it because they're trying to love you and you don't know how to receive it because you don't even love yourself. Like, I didn't even love myself. And I'm just like, how important is self-love really? And then I had to really break it down, like within me, like self-love is truly important for our entire existence. Like, to the point to where, what am I putting in my body? Like, who are these people that I allow in my life? Like, I had to cut several people out of my life, like people that I never thought that I would ever be at this point in my life without. There's no way that I thought that I would do this without them, and they're not here. But that's something that I had to do, and sometimes that's something that we all have to do, and I get it. I get it when you see like a little meme or whatever on Facebook or whatever, and they're talking, it's like Oprah, I think it was. I'm not even gonna say nothing about that, but just listen to the words, okay? So it said, I don't even know if she said it. They just be putting people's faces and doing all. Anyway, it's the words. Focus on the words. The words said, what did it say, Siobhan? I can't remember. It's gone now. But and this is how I ended up doing 30-minute video or a 30-minute speech. But anyway, all I want to say is self-love is super important. And if you don't love on yourself, you can't receive the love that someone's trying to give you. They could be telling you the answer to your question. You say you want to be a millionaire. They're telling you, okay, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to do 1, then you got to do 2, and then you got to do 1. But you like, nah, I don't want to do 1, 2, 3, 1. I want to do 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's like, okay, well, that's not how it works. I'm telling you, you got to do, but you don't receive it. Why? Because you got to love yourself first, okay? So I could tell you you're beautiful, you're amazing. I cherish you. I can't see the world here. I can't see life without you. You're smart, you're intelligent, you look good. But if you don't feel like that within yourself, if you don't believe that within yourself, you're not going to receive anything that I'm telling you. So I touched on that a little bit. And then one more thing that I felt was real important that I said, this was the end, and I'm about to end it up real here because it's already about to be 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, can I get 10 minutes of your time? But this is like a 20-minute video again. My bad. Told y'all I talk too much. But hold on. So I said this. If I can't forgive myself for hurting myself, how could I possibly forgive a stranger or a family member? Some people refer me to God. But when referring someone to God, they would say things like, talk to him, listen to him. I was always left feeling undervalued or overlooked. Like, it was never about me. It was always about talk to him, listen to him. And I'm like, we're taught to love God, and we're taught to love the nation, and we're taught to love math, and we're taught to love science, or not taught to love science, but we're taught about science, we're taught about math, we're taught about English. We're taught to stay in a child's place, and we're taught how to be obedient to your overseers or be obedient to your elders, you know. But when were we taught how to love ourselves? Like, we weren't taught how to love ourselves. I don't remember growing up and being taught, like, how to love myself. Like, I'm going on 29, and now I'm figuring out, okay, this is how I have to love myself. This is how I got to this point. And understanding, like, all right, Chavonne, if you really love yourself, then you're really not going to allow this to happen to you. Because if I'm not gonna do it to myself, I'm not about to let you do it to me. You feel me? Just saying. And that's just how we gonna have to go about life. Like, all of this stuff that's happening in the world is because people don't really love themselves. Like, because if you really did, you wouldn't allow certain things to happen that you can control. But we're not going to go there in this video. We're going to keep continuing about this speech. So, one thing that I said was, I do definitely feel better within myself. Like, I do believe that fasting helped me get to an understanding and the clarity, the mental clarity that I have now. So I definitely recommend it if you're having a rough time or you're going through a stressful situation. Like, we tend to naturally do it anyway. A close friend of mine went through a very emotional situation, traumatizing, one of them emotional traumatizing situations, right? So her body was like, you're not going to eat anything. So she fasted. It wasn't intentional. Like, she didn't intentionally fast because she was still drinking Mountain Dew. But she was fasting. She didn't eat any food. Her body would not allow her to, because guess what? It was trying to heal. It's trying to heal. It's trying to heal. If she would have, it could have really did a lot of more healing if she would have been drinking water versus that Mountain Dew. But I still love her. Yes, my baby, and she's, she gonna get it. I'm not giving up on her. But so see the struggle. See what I'm saying? Like, the proof could be right there and we'll still reject it. Like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You can do it. Start saying you can do it. One thing that I did have them do or say, it was really nice. Okay, I was like, everybody repeat after me. And I don't remember the things that I said, but of course, I'm like, say that you love yourself. Like, I love myself. And this is something that I want everyone to do. If you watched it, if you made it to the end of this video, then this is for you, because this is a long video. But I need you to go into the bathroom or go look in the mirror if you're in a car, or I don't know where you are, pull out your little mirror, pull it out your phone and look at yourself. But I need you to do this. I need you to say it, and I need you to be looking at yourself when you say it. Okay, this is going to create muscle memory in the brain, right? So that even if you do love yourself, then what is it hurting? But if you don't, okay, this will help you create a muscle memory. All right, that's like when you first start doing push-ups and it's really hard at first, and maybe you can't even do it the first time, but you don't stop. Every day you keep going down there and you keep trying, and next thing you know, you doing it. Next thing you know, you doing 2. Next thing you know, you busting out 25. Then next thing you know, you busting out 50. Next thing, you get what I'm saying? So this is why this is important. I need you to go look into the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. You're amazing. Today is going to be a beautiful day. We're going to do amazing things today. You are healthy. You are happy. You're going to be saying, I am happy. I am healthy. I am free. Okay? I am the light. I love myself. I love you. This is what I do. Listen, people, if somebody was walking past my house just listening, they would think I was crazy because this is what I do. I do this myself. All right? So I'm never going to tell you to do something that I wouldn't do, right? Remember? Okay? If you've watched a couple of these, I only made like 4 videos, but all right? So, all right, guys, it's 20 minutes. I got to go. I know you're tired of watching this video. So I'm gonna let you go. I should have split it up in 2 or something. Dang, it's too late now. But sit. All right. Welcome to my channel. Have a beautiful day. I love you. And do not forget that self-love is the most important love. All right.